personalities toward the President and to direct the remarks to the Chair and not to a perceived viewing audience. The Chair recognizes the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Thompson, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, earlier this month we remembered the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. I rise today to remember the innocent lives that we lost. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 flew into Tower 1 of the World Trade Center. Not long after, Flight 175 roared over Lower Manhattan into Tower 2. While Americans around the country were grappling with the events that had just transpired, a third plane, Flight 77, crashed into the Pentagon, the center of our armed forces and national defense. In southwest Pennsylvania, the fourth flight, United 93, originally headed to San Francisco, was hijacked and made the abrupt turn towards Washington, D.C. But because of the brave passengers and crew members who attempted to take back the plane, it crashed into a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Now, I had a humbling opportunity to join over 450 family members of United Flight 93 passengers and crew members at the memorial site on the 20th anniversary of that tragic day. During the ceremony, we heard from Captain Kurtz, USS Somerset, Governor Wolf, Gordon Felt, brother of Edward Porter Felt, who perished in the crash, Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland, Vice President Kamala Harris, and former President George W. Bush. The ceremony was a chance to reflect on the events of that fateful day and to honor the lives lost and the heroes that united us. In the days, weeks, and months, and now 2 decades that followed September 11th, our country joined together to face the very evil which attempted to take us down. We will forever be indebted to our servicemen and women who joined the fight to protect our freedoms. We must remember the sacrifices made by our service members, the first responders, and their families every day since. While today's world has grown no less dangerous, we as Americans are resilient. We will continue to fight the evil and terror that exists today, and we will continue to be a beacon of the freedom to the world. Now let us reflect on the gift of life so tragically lost at the World Trade Center in New York City, the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Let us honor the memory of every American who perished on that fateful day. Their legacies will be forever entwined with the strength and courage that define our great country. We will never forget, not 20 years later, not ever. May God continue to watch over our first responders, our men and women in uniform, and all those who keep us safe. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Pursuant to Clause